Hi friends and welcome back to another video. Today it is day 43 on hashtag ASR1990 Data Science Challenge, and today's topic is data frames in Pandas. So what is a data frame? A data frame is nothing but a set of values that are stored in a tabular form like structure or just a 2D array. So first let's import our Pandas library. Import Pandas as PD. And now let's create a data frame. So df, I am naming in the variable df, and pd dot read. As I am using a CSV file, I will mention CSV here, and the file path I am using. And now when I check for my data frame, here it is. And this is a very small data frame which contains 4 columns of gender, the math scores, reading scores, and writing scores. Now let's look at some of the basic functions that are helpful before analyzing a data frame using pandas. So first function is the shape. With the help of our shape function, we can get the structure or of our data frame. So here our data frame contains 14 rows and 4 columns. And now if you want to check for the first 5 rows, you will type in the code df.head, that is the data frame dot head, and with this we will get the first 5 rows. No, if you want to get the first 7 rows, just pass in the value 7 inside the head function, then you will get the first 7 rows. And for the last 5 rows or last some other rows, you will use the function tail. You will get the last 5 rows, and if you want the last 7 rows, pass in the value 7, and this is that simple. So with the help of our head and tail function, we can just or we will be able to analyze our data quickly, and we can just take up what are the values are there in this data frame, and just we can get a quick overview of it. And now if you want to check what are the columns are there in our data frames, you just type in the code df dot columns, and in this array you will get all the list of columns here. So we have gender, math scores, reading scores, and writing scores. The data type of that column name, that is the column names, are of the data type object. And now if you want to check for the particular column, you can type in the code df dot the column name. So now let's say I want the column math scores, so df dot match scores, and here I got it. And there's another way of doing this too. So df dot, so without using the dot function, we will use a list. So df, you have called the data frame, and inside this list you will pass in the values, that is the column name match scores, and yeah, same result. Now let's say you want to get a couple of data frames or 3 or more. So for that, you will pass in the value of list inside a list, because when you get a couple of columns, then it will become into a 2D like shape. And now let's say I want the values of the math scores and the writing scores, and here we got it. We can also get some mathematical values with the help of our pandas. So let's try them. df dot the column name, which is math scores, just check for, and let's say now you want the maximum value, so max, and here you got the maximum. And now let's say if you want the minimum values, you can just type in the value min, and if you want the standard deviation, just type std, and for the mean, type mean. This might be taking such a long time to analyze your data frame. So for that, to get all the basic statistical values, you need to understand the data frame. There is a function in pandas called describe, which will give the basic standard statistical values on the on the numerical columns, like our math scores, writing scores, and reading scores. So, and also let's say now you are looking at a data frame which contains the temperature, humidity, the wind speed and other stuff. So you can get all the average values and maximum value, minimum value in just a single shot. So for that we will use our describe function df.describe, and now when we run it, here we got it. In the first value we get is the count, that is the total amount of rows. So suppose if you say you have some null values in our maths course, let's say your 3 rows in your maths course have null values, and then you will get the value 11 here, and this continues in this way. The first value we get is count, the second is mean, the standard deviation, next is the minimum value, the 25th percentile, 50th percentile, 75th percentile, and maximum value. And now if you want to get the interquartile range of these scores, then subtract the 75th percentile from the 25th percentile and you will get it. And yeah, that's all for today in this video. Thanks for watching. Like the video, leave a comment down below, and let's meet on day 43 and let's meet on day 44.